Hello Saber Forum and YouTube. This is Bebo8 doing a review of my very first Ultrasaber, the Bellicose, which according to Google, Bellicose means demonstrating aggression and willingness to fight. Some powerful words there. Decided to spare you the whole unboxing portion of the video. I know you guys aren't here to see me fight some tape and packing peanuts and bubble wrap. You're here to see an Ultrasaber review, so let's get to it. As of the date of this video, it's been 5 days since I've had this Ultrasaber, and everything seems to be in working order. No real flaws, everything works good, everything lights up good. It's just really good saber so far, so it's definitely passing its test period. Now, talking about the saber hilt design as a whole, it definitely has a Jedi and Sith look to it, but I decided to carry this saber as a bringer of light rather than shadow. So this is going to be a Jedi saber whether it likes it or not. So along with its very nice appearance, I have to add that choosing the saber wasn't all that easy. I had a three-way fight between this, the Archon V3, and the Guardian. Both of those are very, very nice looking Jedi sabers, but what won the Bellicose vote was the fact that you can personalize this in many ways, and the Bellicose isn't really a lightsaber design that I've at least noticed in the original 6 movies, so this is kind of like my own saber. I'm not stealing Luke's or Obi-Wan's or Qui-Gon Jinn's. This is my saber design, and I customized it to be that. So, speaking of that, let's talk about the options of this saber, starting from the bottom and working our way up. The Bellicose comes with 2 pommel options, a long groove and a short groove variant. I chose the short groove because the short groove features 3 machine lines. I think it adds a very nice accent to the pommel design itself. The long groove pommel variant, this goes all the way down and you don't get these lines in here, so I think you sacrifice a little detail. So the short pommel was no question for me. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the vent ports on the bottom are nice and big. The saber is very loud. When I finally get to turning it on, you'll hopefully hear it just fine through this camera. Moving up to the handle, I have a silver CoverTech wheel. And I can actually thank Ultrasabers for this. The Bellicose comes standard with a black CoverTech wheel, and it's located on the left side of the saber where my finger is. I actually requested that 1, it be silver, and 2, be on the right side of the saber. And Ultrasabers delivered on all counts, so A+ for them. Very happy about that. Moving further up, I have the silver non-illuminated AV switch. I opted out of the illumination only because I know when this saber's on, I'm going to be holding it and my hands go right over this button, so I won't be able to marvel in its glory, so I opted out of that. I chose the red accessory button over the blue, green, bronze, chrome, and gold options. I know that a lot of the Jedi sabers from the movies have a red feature on them. I know Qui-Gon Jinn's, Obi-Wan's first saber from the first 3 movies, and Mace Windu as well. Mace Windu, my apologies. All had some kind of red button or knob or something, so the red button keeps that movie-esque feel to it. Up at the top I have the black blade holder. I felt the black blade holder really carries the black silver pattern throughout this saber very well to the end. The other option was to get it in silver, but you know, you already have a lot of silver up here and the curved emitter, which I'll talk about in a minute. It's a lot of silver up there, so I figured the black would be a nice way to keep a nice consistent black silver ratio. The emitter, it is non-detachable. It is not MHS compatible, but it's a very beautiful emitter design. Nice curved slanted emitter, nice smooth lines, very good craftsmanship. There's a set screw which holds the blade holder in place, but I'll get to that in a little later. And then finally, there's the blade. I chose an Arctic Blue Ultra Edge heavy grade blade. Arctic Blue because I wanted to maintain the original blue lightsaber look from the original trilogy, episodes 4, 5, and 6. I know in A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, Luke wields his father's old lightsaber, which is a much paler blue, and I wanted to keep that, being an original trilogies kind of guy. The prequel trilogy, the blue is much deeper, and I do like it. Blue is in fact my favorite color, but I wanted to keep it old-fashioned with this one. I have an Ultra Edge heavy grade blade, as I said before. Ultra Edge to maintain that, or to achieve that full blade look, and heavy grade so I can beat this thing into just about anything and not have to worry about it breaking. And I actually want to take a second to make a special call out to E-Rock, who posted a video of his son holding the opposite end of the saber, and then he was holding, E-Rock was holding the actual hilt, and then grabbed a little bit of the actual blade in the front, and actually lifted his son. His son was 4 or 5 at the time. Lifted his son off the ground, and the blade did bend, but it did not break. It was just a testament to its strength. So thank you, E-Rock. You really sold me out on that one. So without any further ado, let's turn this blade on. Mind you, it's very bright in here, so regardless to that fact, it's a very bright blade. You probably cannot tell, but up towards the top you do lose a little bit of the brightness. But Deep had warned us about that. Ultra Edge, heavy grade, you do lose a little bit of brightness, but it's really, really not that noticeable. I know in the camera right now it's picking up a white blade with a blue aura, which looks really great, but if I can just get it real close, this blue shade that you see now is what I can see. It's truly an Arctic blue color. Very nice, very loud. The sound is doing a great job of getting that sound out, the Obsidian soundboard. Very nice. So now I'm going to take a second to hold this thing up from afar so you guys can see this thing in action. So, as I was saying before, or maybe I didn't, I don't remember, I definitely feel like this is a two-handed saber design. As I was saying before, the silver cover tech wheel, I have my left hand on this side so the wheel does not get in the way. It just feels really good, good balance. The heavy grade definitely adds weight, but it's very handleable. I feel like in a few weeks' time, days' time, whatever, I'll definitely get the feel for this. So yeah, it's a very, very good blade. The sound sensitivity, it's a little off, but I think with some fine tuning it'll be as good as ever. This is the default soundboard. I haven't experimented with it yet. I don't know if I really want to because the sound's really good. What else? I didn't opt with the flash on clash. I just got the normal blue blade, consistent throughout. When you watch the movies, you never really see the blade changing colors. You don't see this change to purple when it strikes another saber, so I kept the consistent realism, if you will. No complaints there. I love it. It's nice and bright. It really lights up the room all around me. So there we have it, guys. Alright, and that just about wraps everything that I wanted to talk about. The last thing I did want to mention real fast is the set screw in the back. Like I said before, this emitter is not MHS compatible. This is all one part, and it's actually that makes this Bellicose model stand out a little bit from the rest, because the methodology you need to unscrew this blade from the hilt if you want to put in a blade cover or something. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually disassemble the blade from the hilt, and I'll be right back to talk about that, so stay tuned. Alright, so the blade and blade holder have been removed. A quick discussion on how that all goes down. As I was saying before, you have your set screw back here. Well, technically there's your set screw, which goes into that hole, and that connects to your blade holder. You can actually see where it was pushed into the blade holder. But after that, you got two more screws using a smaller size set screw. I believe the two sizes for these screws are what were they? 3/32 and 5/64, I believe. So you need two different set screws to take it apart, but it's only really a 32nd edition. It's not too bad. The blade holder fits right in, no snug fits, and then you just screw it on, put the blade holder and blade back in the saber. It's hard to do with one hand, but there we go. Nice and easy, and then you just gotta screw everything in. I clearly didn't do that, but there you have it, guys. Not too much of a problem as some have made it seem. I'm very content with it. And that concludes my video. I hope you guys all enjoyed. May the Force be with you. See you guys later.